Welcome back to another short video with Happy Histories with Michael, and we are still on the South Bank, and I've brought you to the Crossbones Cemetery. This is a really poignant cemetery, a very sad place, but there's a reason that I've included it in Happy Histories. A little bit of history first of all. On the South Bank we're very close to the Palace of Winchester. The Bishop of Winchester, he had a palace here where he would keep his toothbrush when he was in London. And he had liberty, he had jurisdiction of the liberty of the clink. And he was in charge of laws and regulations and so on. And one of the rules that they had here, one of the laws, was about prostitution, because this was a rough area. It was outside the city of London, and there was theatres, cockbaiting, bear baiting, brothels, stews as they were referred to. And the prostitutes were referred to as Winchester geese, because all of these women, they would wear a peculiar bonnet which made them look perhaps like a goose. This is one of the stories that I heard. And all of these prostitutes and all of these brothels would have to pay tax to the Bishop of Winchester. However, they were not allowed a Christian burial on consecrated ground due to their sinful behavior, which strikes one as being a little bit hypocritical, to say the least. Anyway, this is the site where those single women of ill repute were laid to rest. And you know, in the 1800s, for example, there were very shallow graves, and about 15,000 people were buried here. And in those days, the hospital just around the corner, they needed bodies to work on, and they had a group of people called the Resurrectionists. It's not a religious order. These were essentially body snatchers, and they would take these bodies and take them around for dissection so that the medical students could be educated. However, in 2015, the Dean of Southwark Cathedral came here on the 22nd of July, and they had a ceremony of regret and reconciliation. And essentially the land was consecrated. And you know, the church itself was apologizing for their hypocrisy. July the 22nd is actually the feast day of Mary Magdalene, the fallen woman in the Gospels. You know, we think of this as being something really in the past. I'm going to tell you something now a bit personal. I was born in the 1950s in Ireland. And my mother, she was a wonderful, wonderful woman, but she wasn't married to my father. And she had to actually run from Ireland to England so that she could avoid the Magdalene laundries, where, you know, loose women would give birth, and then the children, they would be offered up for adoption. And the ladies, they would have to work beyond their delivery to pay for the care that they had received. You know, my mother, in fact, went back to Ireland, and I was actually put into an industrial school there. And it made me realize that it's not just the church, but the church has, as well as positive effects on society, it also has negative effects. And it's good to see that Church of England, in the form of the Dean of Southwark Cathedral, have realized this. Especially since, you know, a lot of the women here, they had no choice. They say it's the oldest profession, but they had a look. When they disinterred in the 1990s, this land is owned by TfL, and they wanted to build an electrical substation here, but they were excavating and they found hundreds of bodies, and they exhumed one, and it was the skull of a 16-year-old girl, and her skull was ridden with syphilitic scars. So she was probably born with this disease, and and she was an innocent, really. And we can't judge people, we can just pray for them. So peace be on you, companions of the grave. You've gone before us, and we will follow. May God have mercy on you and on us. Thank you for watching.